Hello malt friends, Whiskey Explorer Luke here again with another tasting video. Today I'm going to be comparing two whiskeys, like usual. And what I've got here is Johnnie Walker Black label. And I think this is kind of a newer blend, blended Scotch. This is Great King Street from Compass Box Whiskey. So I've got this big 1.75 liter Johnnie Walker Black and this tiny 375 milliliter Great King Street. However, it's worth noting that these are relatively similar price. I think the Johnnie Walker Black in the standard 750 milliliter is like a $30 bottle, and then Great King Street in the 750 is about 40. So that's one of the reasons I want to compare these, is because they're both blended Scotch whiskeys and they're close in price. So worth comparing and seeing what I find. So I'm going to start with the Great King Street. I've had about half of this bottle here, you can see. So let me show you what it looks like. Right. Pretty nice looking bottle, actually. Compass Box, they seem to be positioning themselves as kind of an artisan whiskey maker, and this is their artisan blend. Let me show you the back also. There's quite a bit going on back there. And this whiskey is actually pretty good for a blended whiskey, and that's what they're sort of positioning it as, is going back to the old times of good quality blended whiskeys. So let's pour it out and see what we get. Now, I've heard that they're intending to do more Great King Streets, and this is just the first in their series. It doesn't have a number or anything on it. So, yeah, I don't know what the story with that is. Could just be hearsay. This is bottled at 43%. And let's see here. I'm guessing because it's Compass Box, they don't do any coloring or chill filtering on any of their whiskeys. But it doesn't say here. And it's a blend, so who knows, right? Let's take a look here. So this is probably like an amber -2, relatively light colored whiskey. Yeah, not much to say about color. How about the nose? Pretty bright on the nose, like white sugars as opposed to brown sugar smells. Like a lemon, I would say. A sweet lemon. Uh, I've read some tasting notes from others that have said they've smelled like a gummy bear kind of smell. I guess that's sort of like a sugary gelatin type smell, something like that. But oh yeah, there we go. I think if I add a little water, I might get a little bit more of that. I'm having just a teensy bit of trouble getting past the alcohol at this point. But that's, yeah, gummy bears is there, like a Haribo gummy bear. I'll have a taste. Thank you very much. Mm. There's quite a bit going on here. So it starts out with the gummy bear taste that I smelled, and then it kind of grows into well, there's a little bit of fire there, but then it tapers off. Once you get the fire goes away, there's a lot of sweetness and citrus. Let's have another and see if I can articulate that a little better. Yeah, so it's almost it starts out, you taste a little bit of something, and then it rises and it almost explodes and then tapers off in kind of a almost like a bell curve, I would say. And the flavors it's like a sweetness, that little bit of sweet lemon. I'm going to add some water and see if I can get a little more out of it. So now the gummy bear note is a little more subdued now. I'm getting more, well, so the lemon is still there. It's kind of subdued and mixed in with a little bit more sweetness. So it's like a, I don't know, like a lemon pie, maybe, something like that. Something like lemon with whipped cream on it, I would say. See what it tastes like now. So that's taken away the bell curve of the taste there, and now it's a more even, like medium strength, citrusy sweet flavor. Yeah, so let's see if I can pick some scales. So on the fruit scale, it's like a lemon. On a sugar scale, it's kind of like sugar in the raw, not quite white sugar, not quite a ways away from brown sugar. Just a little bit of extra molassesiness from a white sugar, and then no smokiness, very clean. And then I guess on a nutty scale, with like a creamy dark peanut butter or Nutella being on the end, and like an almond being at the beginning. This is like almond, not a whole lot of heaviness going on. It's a pretty light whiskey, but it's very interesting. I like that sweet citrus flavor. It's good. Let's move on to the Johnnie Walker Black. So now this Black label, it's I believe it's, I don't know, 2 or 3 steps up from their lowest end whiskey. And excuse me. The the Black label is it's got some smoke in it, and that's why it's Black label. It's like, you know, darker, right? And you can see already, looking at the bottle, just comparing the color here to the King Street, this has obviously been colored, right? So they're doing a lot here, but Johnnie Walker Black is supposed to be really good, right? And I've bought this 1.75 liters and enjoyed all of this, so it is good. But let's see how it compares to the King Street. Okay, so color-wise, this is, I'm going to say amber plus 2.5, which in the case of Johnnie Walker means absolutely nothing because they're doing lots of things here with color. Let's see what the nose is like. So immediately this is a lot. It has a lot of deeper tones in it, darker sugars compared to the King Street. I would say red fruits, like a dark cherry. I think I get a little cinnamon, but it's hard to get past the, oh, you know what, I didn't show you the bottle. Let me go back. This is 40%, bottle at 40% alcohol. The bottle is actually pretty simple. You know, they take their straight Johnnie Walker label and put it at, 30 degrees and paste it on. You can actually see it's just a regular label. They've just put it on crooked, right? That's the Johnnie Walker way. And yeah, 12-year-old, 40% alcohol. Not anything going on in the back. There's just a label here with the Surgeon General warning, etc., or government warning, right? Yeah, there's some smokiness here too. But even at 40%, I'm having a little bit of trouble getting to the sense that I'm actually expecting here. Let me have a taste and see. Yeah, so there's a lot of yeah, like brown sugar, right? A little bit of smokiness there. Quite sweet, actually. It's interesting to when you get this dark colored whiskey, you're trying to find those dark colored notes. It's hard to resist thinking about that, and I'm sure that's what they're going for, right? Let me add a little water and see what else I can get out of this. Okay, so I'm getting a bit more spice now. The cinnamon is coming through a bit more. But the other notes that I picked up before have kind of gone away. This is a hard whiskey to smell because it's almost, I guess I would say, overblended. Like they've just tried to balance it completely, and so it's just kind of like a cacophony of smells, and so it's hard to pick up on any specific thing. It's just supposed to be right balanced, and it makes it difficult, which I guess is kind of an interesting challenge, right? I'm gonna have a taste now. So I think, in my experience, adding water kind of reduces the peatiness of whiskeys, but leaves around the other notes. So if you're having trouble with Lafroig, for example, can't get past the smokiness, add a little water and you might be able to pick up on some of the sweeter notes in there. And that's what's happened here. The smokiness has gone away, and I'm getting a lot more of the sweetness of this whiskey. There's a teensy bit of citrus here. Kind of like a dark orange rind, something like that. yeah, I guess it's the kind of whiskey that tastes all right, but you can't really pick anything out. So that makes it good for putting in drinks, and also if you are not trying to overcomplicate yourself with the whiskey and try to find specific notes and smell it and do all kinds. If you don't just want to sit there and drink some whiskey, this is a good whiskey. So let's see what it compares. If I compare this right directly to the King Street, what I get. Oh yeah. So there's a good bit of vanilla in here compared to the Johnnie Walker. There's a person in my house. Who is that? What's interesting is that the Johnnie Walker is actually slightly more sour smelling than the King Street. The King Street has got a more sweet vanilla nose on it, and the Johnnie Walker has, while it has a kind of a dark sweetness in there, it's also got a sourness on the nose that's interesting. The vanilla is, in comparison to the Johnnie Walker, the vanilla in the King Street is really coming through here. Yeah, once again, that lemon is there in the King Street. It's a lighter whiskey. Well, lighter in a, I guess if you were to imagine the taste as a color, right? And that's what they're probably going for with this dark Johnnie Walker coloring, is they want people to think it's going to be deep and heavy and like brown sugar and dark toasted nuts and all that stuff, right? But yeah, whatever. Yeah, like I said, the King Street has some more distinct notes, whereas the Johnnie Walker is kind of a flat blend. So if you're looking for something that's kind of more interesting, something you can spend some time with and pick out specific things that you smell in it, that King Street, right? But then if you're looking for something that's pretty cheap, tastes quite good actually, and isn't going to overcomplicate your life with various smells and tastes, this Johnnie Walker Black is good. But yeah, they're both very good whiskeys. Fun to taste and compare, and I recommend it actually. So I hope that's been useful, and next time we'll see what we get, and until then, I'll see you guys later.